Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. Today is the 27th of June, and it is a Friday. The moon is in Leo. So the moon moved into Leo about 2:07 this morning here on the east coast of the U.S. And the moon in Leo definitely changes the vibe. We also have a couple of other things change. The vibe has changed. We're all feeling it. We felt it yesterday, right? After that new moon in Cancer. And the sextiles that we had yesterday seemed to perhaps open a door to some understanding. And today, lucky us, we have a trine between Saturn and Mercury. Mercury just moving into creative, self-expressive Leo, out of the emotionality of Cancer. Now, I have a Mercury in Cancer, and it is a valuable Mercury to have. You certainly feel everything, but there's just so much to feel that sometimes that is not a good thing, right? But all the same, now we have Mercury in Leo, and with the trine to Saturn in Aries, it stabilizes the mind. It also brings a flow of energy, and the Saturn energy is both stabilizing, and because it's in the sign of Aries, is something new, a new idea perhaps that stabilizes things. I think what I'm seeing in the outer world with this kind of energy, this sort of new Aries energy coming in, with Neptune in Aries and Saturn in Aries. Aries is about the youth. And it seems to me that the fact that in New York City, a 33-year-old Muslim progressive won the Democratic nomination in ranked choice voting, I think that's how I see the energy expressing itself out in the larger world. Now, tomorrow we have Mercury trining Neptune. That is trines to Neptune are generally always a good thing. Like, Neptune's a difficult energy to deal with. Now, I personally have Mercury trine Neptune in my chart, and it makes you very sensitive, very imaginative, very creative. The creative mind, right? And of course, with Mercury in Leo already, it's already pretty creative. And then you add that Neptune, and in the case that's tomorrow, in the case today, Saturn in Aries, it brings in new energy. So we can feel new energy permeating us. Now, I do want to keep this in mind for you, that Saturn and Neptune are both going to move back into Pisces at the end of the year, or towards the end of the year, in the fall and winter. And then come 2026, they'll move back into Aries when they actually conjoin at the first degree of Aries. Now, that's when the new cycle really starts. So what we're seeing now, from my perspective, is intimations and clues as to what the future can be like. And that's on both sides. That's the future we don't want to see, and also a future that is looking pretty good. So it's an opportunity for us to see what's available to us and then make a choice about where we want to go with that. So it's pretty exciting, actually. I don't know if it's the Leo moon making me feel optimistic. It probably is something to do with that, and the fact that it's not 100 degrees anymore. I have to be honest with you. But if the weather is any indication of how we're feeling, at least for the moment, we're feeling better. All right, guys. So lots of things blooming. Of course, we have the tiger lilies here. Yes, we are going to thin them out. Once they've all bloomed in the fall, we're going to come in here and thin some of these out, put them in different places in the yard. And next year, you'll see where that may be. God willing, God, Goddess willing, that we're here to show it to you. Not that we have any intention of going anywhere, but, life is life, and things are moving and grooving, and you just never know, right? onward and upward, or just onward or something. I don't know. What's the expression? Now, those of you who are concerned about Charlie, he is fine. He's in the house eating his breakfast. Hi there. This continues to bloom. I'm glad I bought that. And we're getting quite a few berries here. That was a bird looking for a berry, but there's plenty here. We have plenty for us, plenty for them. And quite a bit of bees this morning, which I'm happy to see. I said to Michael yesterday, I said, I haven't seen too many bees. But of course, I think when it's wicked, wicked hot, I'm not sure. It might even be too hot for them. But this morning when I came out here, I noticed all the bees on the honeysuckle. They're all over. You would think that, coming out the side door with all these pollinators here, you might be nervous, but they don't really bother you. Not even the wasps bother you if they're on there, because they're too busy eating. They don't care about you, as long as you don't knock them off a flower. All right, and there's there were bees on this before. The lavender, which is really blooming now. So yeah, things are blooming. And the garden, oh my goodness. Let me see if I can do this without squashing anything on the way. Ugh. Sorry. Michael's garden's doing really good. And somebody asked about the upper garden. Yes, we planted that as well. That doesn't look as lush because we planted it later. But once it starts to grow in, I'll show you guys. Right now it's not as attractive. And more black raspberries. We got a plethora of black raspberries. All right, guys, have yourself a great day. Enjoy the creativity this day brings to us. Much love, everyone. Namaste. Oh, sorry. Announcements. I always forget that part. Mystic Sisters tomorrow night on Ona's channel, Ona's Tarot. Join us, 7 Eastern, 6 Central. I'm sure there's more WTF questions. And hopefully, this is maybe not going to be as intense as last week was, when we imagined we were on the verge of World War III. I mean, who knows? I mean, the world is at war, right? Because we're at war with ourselves. So if we want the wars on the outside to end, we have to start working on the inside. And realizing what makes us human and what connects us, instead of the silly things that separate us. And for those of you who are interested in taking an astrology class, I'm doing a little bit of a more sort of intermediate class. It's called the synodic cycles. It helps us to understand both the smaller and larger cycles that are influencing us now. That should be fun. That's going to start on the 7th of July. That is a Monday, and it runs 6 consecutive Mondays. And I'm also doing my part 2 for my Kabbalah class. If you've taken the introduction to the Kabbalah, you can take the second class now. And it's further exploration on the Tree of Life. I kind of call it climbing the Tree of Life. And it's the kind of tree that you can climb and not fall off and break a leg, which at this age is probably a better kind of tree to climb. Anyway, take care, everyone. I love you. And I'll see you tomorrow morning and tomorrow night. Namaste.